Hello and welcome to another PA Matches cast. Got a 1v1 between myself and Matter Munson. I've played him before, and last time I beat him fairly solidly, if I remember correctly, but this time I get my ass kicked. Matter Munson's been playing a lot of 1v1s lately, and I've been playing a lot of Army, so... Oh, there's the explosion from the ice drop, who spectated. My opening build was a 1 metal, 1 power, metal, power factory. I've been experimenting with this build because I've been getting a lot of economy stalls when I go metal, power, metal, factory. So, turns out my 4 metal, 2 power, then factory is not a good one. Where'd he go? Here we go. Matter Munson went metal, power, metal, factory, and was able to expand a little bit faster than I was there at the beginning. So this does seem to be the better build. It's the more standard one, so it kind of makes sense. But I guess it doesn't hurt to experiment. Okay, so let's speed things up. Sorry about this ant here. Chronocam's bugged. So, as you can see, I'm just now getting my first bot out, and Matter Munson already has 2 bots out and multiple metal extractors and an air factory as well. Also looks like he's keeping his bot factory idle there. That's a very good move, keeping the bot factory idle for a little bit, although he does have some idle fabricators now. Okay, there we go. Now they're going out on expansion. So the two main things that I do improperly this match is I don't scout and I have a massive floating economy. Keep an eye up here. Yeah, see I'm popping up to 60. At some points I've got like 300, 400 plus metal. See, look at this. He's got a lot more metal than I do, and he's already working on advanced. And I did have a nice metal clump, but he's just got a lot more map control. And very nice, getting out a bot factory over here for the proxy base. It's always a very good move. Another thing that Matter Munson did very well is he had a lot of missile defense towers and radar and other defensive structures at key expansions like this, and at a bunch of his expansions. And here we go. See, we got him. He's doing this again over here, and that really kept me from raiding. See this raid? I've scouted him, so I know he's got defensive structures over here. Oh no, that was a later raid. This raid is fairly successful, but ultimately not enough. Boom, 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 pop, pop, pop. And then ants take out my expansion. So, look at this. Matter Munson's already got 3 bases and expansion out the back, and I've got 1 proxy base and some expansion out the back. So I did early scouting, which was good, but I didn't do mid to late game scouting. So I've scouted this expansion, and I want to get in some raiding so I amass a large force, but he's got more defensive structures. What I should have done is scouted out the back and sent my bots all the way around to hit all of these metal extractors. That would have just been brutal. So if you look what's going on, Matter Munson's got a lot more factories than I do. And wow, my economy's really hurting at this point. And then, yep, here we go. He then pushes in, takes out a bunch of these factories. I try and defend, but I just don't have enough forces. He's also got these scouts over here gaining intel, and there we go, finally take him out. And at this point, even though he's expanding over here, and I do have this radar, I don't know that he's over here because I've got a negative economy. If I had done a better job managing my economy, okay, let's slow this down, then I would have seen this, so then I would have been able to use these ants to raid. So this ultimately right here is pretty much what kills me. This first push of ants. They take out my boom. There goes one, and then they take out my next advanced bot factory, which is a huge metal investment, and as well as they end up taking out some advanced metal extractors and power, and they push in, and I'm just not able to defend against it. So frantically trying to get up pelters since I don't have enough units to be able to defend against this constant stream. And here we go. Now I know that he's got some stuff over here, so I'm sending these ants to do some raiding, but it's not enough. Okay, so let's look at map control. I'm losing large portions of my base right now, and Matter Munson's just got a lot. Here we go. Here comes this raid, but it just gets slaughtered. Absolutely slaughtered. It only takes out one metal extractor. That is nowhere near worth it. So, see, this is what I should have done. I should have scouted these backsides and then sent in a group of bots or ants, and I would have been able to just destroy dozens of metal. And here we go. Expansion. So let's take a look at the action. I'm frantically trying to defend. I am getting some pelters up, which those pelters really help out. But at this point, he's destroyed those two bot factories, which, if I remember correctly, there's something to the tune of 5,000 metal a pop. And see, look at this, 200 plus metal. That's just bad. And it stays that way for a while. And I even have idle fabricators sitting around. At this point, let's see, he's already got a nuke going up, and that's something that I don't do. I need to build more nukes faster. Although this is some stuff that he's not doing right. He's got all of this metal, or these energy plants, all clumped together. If I had gone nukes, I could have just dropped a nuke right here and taken out practically all of his energy with one blow. Another thing, with how many aircraft he's got up, he has to have multiple air factories around somewhere, and that's something that he did very nicely. He very much had air superiority. If he had gone advanced bombers, he would have slaughtered me, and I wouldn't have been able to do much about it. And see, I didn't have radar coverage up over here, so these ants were able to get in close and cause a bunch of damage. And here we go. Yeah, they're pushing in even further. Just now, look at this, 350 positive metal. So my pelters are finally starting to get work in. But I've just lost a bunch of energy, advanced metal extractors, and look at this. He's just got ant factories out the wazoo right next to my base. It's a very good move, getting forward factories near your opponent's base. And see, I did some raiding over here and took those out, but then they just sat there. If I had scouted and seen these, who knows, maybe that would have been enough to turn the tides of the game. Probably not, though, because as you can see, 200, 300 plus positive metal. I just didn't build enough factories, and here we go. Now I'm about to start losing even more of my advanced metal extractors. Got idle fabricators. There we go. I got my commander doing some stuff. Always have your commander building. And there we go. See, constant scouting. Matter Munson always knew everything about my base. Let's take a look at his view. He doesn't yet know that I've expanded out here, but he does know about this base. He does know about all of this base. He knows about this. He just knows pretty much everything about what I'm doing. And here we go. I try and mount an attack, and I get in some kills, but it just, again, wasn't enough. Oh man, I should have scouted all this. And Matter Munson should have had radar coverage over this. Basic radar is very easy to put up, and I always make sure that I have radar coverage at all of my expansions. Let's take a look at my view. Come on, don't crap out on me. See, look at this. I've got no idea that he's got all of this stuff back here, and it's just right there. And I also didn't even really scout his main base. There we go. First nuke away. It's going to get dropped right in here. And it's going to miss my energy, but it's going to hit all of these advanced metal extractors. Look, it's plus 300 metal. And there it goes. And now I'm in negative metal and negative energy because I did have a large energy field there. It just wasn't my primary energy field. And there we go. Now he's done more scouting, so he knows about my base back here. So he's going to start getting up more factories and stuff so he can then attack that. That's a bunch of ants. Those ants, you don't want those sitting around. So he's just got units everywhere, just going around doing whatever they want. Something that Matter Munson should have done, though, was build advanced vehicle factories. If he had gotten levelers out on the field, then this match would have been over a lot sooner. Levelers are just so much better than ants thanks to their longer range, and since I'm mostly countering with ant spam, my ants would have just been slaughtered and just would have been completely worthless against his levelers. So here we go. I got a bunch of pelters up. Pelters are OP, and they're really helping me out. So look at that. But then he gets that. Oh, no. At some point he does get some catapults up and starts catapult creeping me. I honestly don't know how this ends up surviving. There we go. Second nuke. Can't remember where this one goes. Like it's gonna drop in over here and take out some of my power and factories. Yep. I did see it coming, and I got those advanced fabricators out of the way. See, look at this. There's just nothing I can do against this constant stream. And part of one of the reasons why it did last so long is because, look at this, I've got a much larger clump as well as pelter coverage. So I'm able to destroy his ants a lot faster. If he had gotten all of these units to clump up, his force would have been 2-3 times as big as mine, and he would have been able to just do a lot more damage. Or if he hadn't have set all of his rally points just like right over here and just had them constantly streaming, and instead attacked multiple points like he's doing with his bots. But if he had... Oh, come on, ChronoCam, don't do that to me. I'm not sure. There's some keyboard shortcut that automatically... I'm not even touching the keyboard. I don't know why it does that. I need to figure that out. So see, here we go. At this point, I have noticed that he's got something going on back here, thanks to my radar coverage. So I start spamming up pelters, which does delay the inevitable sum. And see, look at this. 400 plus metal and idle fabricators and idle factories. And at this point I also start not using advanced economy, which sets me back all the more. I am preparing a last-ditch effort over here though with some advanced bot factories. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to spam out a bunch of slammers and get a big push in. Ultimately, I know that's not very likely, but I don't have many options at this point. I'm just being outproduced and I can't keep up. There's just too much going on. I also haven't been scouting. So, here we go. Now I'm starting to get catapult crept, which is taking out a lot of my metal. And there goes another nuke. Nukes are very powerful. Damage my commander. Nukes are very powerful, but they're not all powerful. Oh, that catapult's in range of my commander. If he had force targeted my commander, he could have killed it now and saved 10 minutes on the game. I am working on a nuke, but excuse me, not going to be enough. Nukes are very powerful, but if you spread out and have lots of map control and don't have all of your economy in one place, then it is very, very possible to survive nukes. And see all these pelters, they're just picking off all these ants, no problem. And if he had clumped up, he would have been able to steamroll on through here. And see, look at this, I got all my energy spread out. And this is what I'm talking about. He had air superiority and was just taking out my scouts, and I just didn't have enough air to be able to take out, so he had just full vision of everything that's going on. And okay, so here's another thing that I like to do. For my nuke launcher, I don't like to put it in the middle of my base. I like to put it out in the middle of nowhere, in the center of my large base, just not in the middle of my large clump. So that way, if I get nuked right like in the center of my base where all my economy is, my nuke launcher doesn't get taken out. There we go, there goes my nuke. So if he wants to take out my nuke launcher, he's got to spend an entire nuke directly on that, which isn't a good decision. And see, at that point, that was a terrible nuke location, but I hadn't been scouting, and I didn't have enough forces. I didn't have enough fighters to scout because he just had air superiority. If I had scouted, he didn't have any anti-nukes, and I could have dropped a nuke right here. Taken out his nuke launcher would have been a huge help. A lot of fabricators, wounded his commander, and taken out most of his energy. That would have been just a huge blow. Here we go. See, all these advanced metal extractors over here, and my ants are just sitting there doing nothing. And those catapults are just putting in their work and slaughtering my defensive line. So here we go. I'm going to work on getting an anti-nuke up here in a little bit, which anti-nukes are underpowered majorly. Uber has said that they're going to be increasing the range and having them, here we go, here comes another nuke, and having anti-nukes come pre-loaded with a missile, which will cut back on their cost drastically. Because nuke, if I remember correctly, cost 4,800 metal. And kaboom, that was a pretty good nuke, took out a lot of my power, and at this point my economy, or my energy in particular, doesn't ever really fully recover. Anti-nuke missiles cost half as much as a nuke. So if you use anti-nukes properly, particularly after they get a buff, then they will be good investments if you use them properly. So at this point, it's just, the match has been over for some time, but I'm a stubborn bastard, hoping that I can pull something out of my ass. But see, got these advanced bots and levelers that I'm hoping will be able to be a surprise and push in. Ultimately, I know probably not, but I'm just trying. And another nuke. He's got a lot of build power. A lot of build power on that nuke. Which is a very good move. Very good move. And kaboom, takes out a bunch of my metal. And he has scouted my commander. And I know he's scouted my commander, so I send everything into that anti-nuke. But my power is absolutely shot, so I don't get that anti-nuke up in time. So I'm trying to clump up to get in for a big push to do something. And look at this, so many fabricators. Wow, and there goes another nuke. This is the one that takes out my nuke launcher and my anti-nuke, and pretty much my last hope. Kaboom. Not even Obi-Wan Kenobi can help me at this point. So I do have these advanced units over here that I'm trying to gather up and keep them unnoticed so I can get in a big push. And here we go, starting to send them off. Let's speed this up. There we go. See, now I've got a vastly positive economy now that all those fabricators were taken out. So, always repair your commander. Always repair your commander so I get all these bots to go repair my commander and have my commander run over here to what's probably the best defended spot that I have and trying to get away from these incoming ants. But I do not have air superiority, which is very important, and there goes the nuke. And I just barely was able to repair my commander enough. So, oh, missed that. My big push moving in, but they just get slaughtered by those pelters and ants. And oh, here's a push that I did that was somewhat successful. Kind of. Look at this, you got everything everywhere. Not sure, oh, interesting. He hasn't scouted some of this stuff, so he didn't know these factories were here, or that I had some stuff over here, which was helpful. At this point, with how much economy... There we go, now he's scouted my commander again. And off goes the nuke. And it's... Oh, this isn't the one that killed me. At this point, with how much... Yep, that's exactly what it's doing. With this much build power, and it's pretty much just a cat and mouse game, you want to invest in a radar satellite or advanced radar satellite so you can have full vision and locate my commander. And there goes the final nuke. Good game, Matter Munson. You've come a long way since I last played you. It's a very good game. I hope everybody learned from this. Let me know what you think. Give me a like. Drop me a comment. And I'll see you next time.